Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for do you hear echo or background?
No, we hear you fine.
Okay, you hear me okay, right? Okay. So I'll give a short, like about 20 minutes to explain what's the medical Tai Chi about it, what's the background, how it works, basic Tai Chi internal energy training. So medical Tai Chi is what's original is because I'm immigrated in 1996 to the US. I'm teaching in the Stanford Medical School and founded, joined several Tai Chi research and some as we call the NIH research, as well as motion lab and motion capture for Tai Chi, and to analysis all the Tai Chi wellness. And also in the medical school, I developed a medical Tai Chi course under family medicine, which is a 2-unit course for the students to educate we call Eastern wellness Tai Chi health and wellness practice. So that from then we started call this called medical Tai Chi, which is still more focused on the Tai Chi internal training. Tai Chi have a multi-site. They have traditional, we call martial arts, applications, fighting technique, and also traditional internal energy training system, and as well as the Tai Chi philosophies are mainly approach. Go by with the individual interest. Each person have his focus. I like the traditional side of application, of course, but I also like to the health benefit of the Tai Chi. We like to name it as medical Tai Chi course to medical Tai Chi to help more people understood the traditional Tai Chi philosophies and to support all the Tai Chi practice need the individual as athletes or just health wellness or just simply interest, research, understanding, and study the traditional philosophy, either one. But we call this as a foundation of the Tai Chi series or internal work. I have been work with several groups. We do have a public study. This is for using infrared system to check all the mind process with the energy control, how to affect individuals' body, for example, temperatures, blood flows, many quantized data. So that's what we are doing. Now we explain a little bit before we're doing the practice. We'd like to share some additional yin-yang philosophy is. In the traditional way, Tai Chi practice it is the simple understanding about the nature individually. So people using meditations or internal focus to beginning understood the nature surrounded. First one called internally, individuals internal understanding or exercise. We call the Tuna or Daoyi. Those used based on the yin-yang philosophies. Then understanding the nature's yin-yang practice process. So this is a simple map we call the Wuji explain, and the Taiji. And later we go back, explain what the Wuji and Taiji is. This is the traditional basic yin-yang theory you needed to know when you really practice on Taiji skills in deeper, not just a physical exercise. It is a physical, communicate with internal energy practice, as well as a spiritual practice. And end we all meld into the nature, which is completeness through the physical and complete understanding the yin-yang theories. Your movements or your practice will be much and deeper, okay, instead of just part of Tai Chi. Then use this foundation internal work. You'll be able to support your, as a performance, athletic practice, support your individual health and wellness, support you the way you understanding all things, the process, including business, including any lifestyle, the situation you're facing, how to make a solution on decisions. This is we talk about the Tai Chi is not only exercise. So in Wuji and Taiji, then we talk about the three treasures. Okay, this is more in deeper. We call three treasures of practice. In physical body, we call mind, energy, and body exercise. Everybody know this. But you really practice how the format is. It really depends on individuals and also the background, the learning. And it is much more, way deeper than we expect or can imagine. Infinities, the true of the Taiji series, the no boundless. Okay, it's boundless. It's no limit. So the three treasures in physical body we call mind, body, energy, workout internally, and synchronize with our environment we have. For example, you go to like in the beach. You go to Zhangjiajie, the mostly beautiful place. You go to any Grand Canyons. Okay, so that we call individuals connect to the nature. That's called second levels of three treasures, which is the sky, earth, and human body or humankind or any living beings. So you can see three treasures working together, create such beautiful the environments for ourselves. So individual training, communicate or connect with different, we call the nature's energy feelings. And you'll be able to connect to second level of the, energy, which is spirit. That is second level. So then third level, in Tai Chi training, we have meditations. We have longer reaching, deep training for mind focus. Actually, it's any time when you focus into deeper, that is, focus on like you're reaching to the bottom of the universe. This is the next one. Beyond the small heaven and earth or individuals' awareness, and approach to we call the universe, the true of universe. It's called the spiritual trainings, third levels. Combining these three, you'll be able to understand what the energy is, and how to process individually, how to communicate with nature, how to, we call training Tai Chi with true Tai Chi theories. Okay, this is just to simplify three treasures connections. We call the spirit essence and the sky, earth, and human body, as well as mind, body, energy individually. Okay, so all the medical Tai Chi is based on the traditional yin-yang theories, as well as traditional Chinese medicine, as well as internal Daoyin and Tuna both. Okay, and they have a full system set up, coordinated with yin-yang 5 elements. This is the system for setup. Just to guide the ideas, we just go through this. Since we are in the certain ways, not only Eastern medicines, and also with Western medicine, they have developed our nervous systems, immune systems, and sports locomotor systems. So many. So this symbol is I created with modern, like a Western medicine, as well as Chinese traditional medicines combination. We find it combination and relationship between both. And our setup 5 internal training, energy training, is linked to and coordinated with the Western some theory too. For example, internal organs divided and the practice requirements, muscle movements, all the other Western type need. So that's the comparison of Chinese traditional energy work. We call the, we have 5 internal energy work called Xi Sui Gong, and Chan Si Gong, and open closing technique, and also Dantian rotation will be synchronized with the Western medicine system to coordinate together and to build up this medical Tai Chi system for individual practice. That's the 5 internal energy trainings name, and we'll be introduced one of them. This is the practice look like. This is the first one, it's a body cleanser, which is a focus on mind. In traditional 5 elements, it's called Zhu Que. It's like bird. Okay. And next one, we call the Xiu Wanding flows. It is internal training, starting with hands and legs. This practice, the whole set of practice starting outside and then go to inside. This is called coordination, match with Western, like a sport locomotor system, like the, coordinations, movements. So more like spirals, fluidities, and leg hands movements. Okay. We call the dragon flow. Okay. The next ones, it's in the 5 elements we call like a turtle breathing, and also open closing training. And this method is starting with body. We might be play with this one today for that, for the open closing exercise, to be feel the qi, to be maintain how to running with the qi flows with individual, bodies. Okay. The next one, of course, is our Dantian rotation. It started with internal energy circulations and practice to, to practice inner energies, and they're synchronized with all other 4 practice. And next one is Tai Chi standing meditation. Without the standing meditation, you won't be able to benefit from this training easily. Okay, so meditation is try to understood, and try to receive all the 4 trainings of balance and benefit, and to deeper understand all the process is. So 5 internal energy training bring together is a full complete system for Tai Chi internal energy workout. Yeah, this is many other different kind of Tai Chi methods will be introduced, during the other time. So simply presentation this is a very simple to dress, very simplified presentation for Tai Chi Yin Yang theory. There will be much more. So I will be starting to have physical movements teaching and field of technique help you to understood a little bit more about Tai Chi energy work, especially medical Tai Chi. We might be doing opening body breathing technique or like a body cleanser to set and let you understood, internal energy practice. Okay, I will switch to my TV set they have on the screen, and you'll be able to see, with different. I will be close this one. Also, I don't prepare. Right, we will just take off the earphone out, so you will be able to see me on the other side. We're starting teaching. Okay, thank you. Give me a couple minutes, like 1 minute.
Okay, thank you, Li Shudong.
Brandon?
Yes.
You hear okay, microphone's okay, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Now is short period of the Tai Chi exercise. We use this called Tai Chi opening closing exercise. If you have a chance, you can follow us to feel Tai Chi energy and how to use it to support our individual Tai Chi practice. This is not it's a more internal art, so internal focus. First one, we try to explain the Tai Chi's basic relaxation first. And let me just give you short introduce, maybe other 10 minutes for what's the 5 internal energy look like. First one, in 5 energy training, we have standing meditation. This is just go over. Standing meditation including natural stance, everybody knows. But when you really into the standing meditations, anytime you focus on inner energy, focus on deeper enough, reach to the nervous system and completely sight in the mind world, which is you are already out of the material side, we call the spiritual world. Okay, it's a whole different space, a universe. Are you into it? So practice that part of the technique, support whatever the physical is, communicate and coordinate with all the environments you have. You Tai Chi movements becoming have, we call the individual internal qi flows, and qi fields surround you. Yeah, this by training this, you will be able to feel that yourself, and people really feel surround you around. This is called the energy field. Then when you go to even deeper understanding into the mind leading force, every movement you make it is much detailed, much solid, and carry completely the information with the movements. What does it mean completely? This is a dry physical. You can do smooth, but still dry physical. Information, 5% idea to carry on. This is internal fluidity. You can have any movements like that, winding flows nicely with. Okay, the information carry on, you can carry, we call 30%, 40%. In the mindset, which is a full and completely every part you move, you carry internally physical bodies, you carry the environment surrounding you with it, communicate, and you go even beyond. We call, you don't have we're standing here, we don't have the ground, completely open space. We have our physical body, but you don't have a physical body, completely open space. This we call the spiritual power practice. Use this supporting movement. Your movements will be very solid and detailed. We call maximum skills. And any world training the teachers, you can look any athletes, you can look any Taiji practitioners, you can see his movements, you know he have how many years training, you know his energy if it's a connect, even just one stance or a very simple move, you know how well he understood the Taiji yin-yang philosophy just by one pick. Or he have none. Okay, he only doing that whatever goes. Or you can tell how genius he practiced in the spiritual combination ways, energy flows, also apply through the physical movements. It's not about how lower you get, how higher you kick. It's all about Taiji, true Taiji controls, Taiji skills. Learning this, then you can use any extraordinary movements, setup or non-dual movement, whatever. So you have a both to be best than you can do in Taiji trainings. Okay, so we are go through little bit that we call breathing technique to practice to feel the qi surrounding, to understand in the qi process. Okay, first one. We have standing meditation, natural stance. We have dantian, lower dantian, we call peiyuan posture meditation. We have wenyuan posture meditation. Different focus, different. They have a whole. Each one have a whole system how to use it, how to benefit from the individual trainings. Okay. Then we have 独立桩 practice. And the other meditation we have a 行桩 moving meditation. Any, yang style or Chen style, whatever, moving. Look like a move, but in my side, I can say I'm never moving anything. Just stillness. Keep the body still, pretend not moving anything, but with a solid move. Moving meditation, this is called the first one, meditations. And 5 internal energy center part. In the beginning, in the 5 elements we call the bird part is called the white crane cleaning. Cleaning is open based on the traditional Chinese medicine. We are open 冲脉 up, down, from inside the leg, go through, connect to the ground. Sky, earth, human body. If you have a Taiji practitioners, if you stand, you have those. I can tell you have energy connect. If you just stand, no matter what you're doing, use the mind to clean, right? You don't have the push. You don't have the side, more dimensions. You only have a basic dimensions in the simple stand, physical. Or smoothness, or we can say graceful movements, smooth, but you don't have energy in there. Okay, so this is a top leading ground force center line process 叫冲脉。有了这个劲 based on this, then you can practice the Taiji, centralize your energy, central lines. We call 冲脉，这是一个细髓。Clean body cleaning also clean up in the front the body's meridian called 任脉 in channel of meridians, major in meridians, and in front up to here and reaching downward, okay, and all the way through. In the back, we try to clean in body relaxations, go backward. This is called the yang meridian, 督脉. Yeah, starting with the body, then go backward, body cleaning. So all these simple movements is carry internal energy process. It's not just you saw somebody doing exercise. No, it's outside is not important. It's internally practice. Run through, we call the 任督二脉 要打通 The other, all this physical relaxation is white crane trainings, including the 七经八脉的导引. Yeah, all this internal energy practice, you'll be able to build up a strong internal focus. And when you have that, you Taiji flavors differently, much richer, the people in advanced training, people can tell is using the Taiji methods or not either. Okay, and 八脉导引 in Chinese word, 八脉导引, very important system to training. The whole system, we have a time we just focus on individuals. And the other ones, second one called Silk Winding Flow. Look like a foundation. Okay, this is single hands silk winding flow, single hands silk winding flow, back forward. I just go through this and it won't be look like that. Okay, single hands, body winding flow, and 这是禅师功 in Chinese name. 禅师功 in Chinese name. Using outside single hands, double hands, 带脉运转. This just goes through the 5 internal. Okay, 八字螺旋. Yeah, figure 8 training to make the silk winding flows. Yeah, all these many different practice. I just go through a little bit. It's more about the internal process. It's not only just about the movements. Bo Yun Wang Yue in Chinese name. Yeah, practice of silk winding flows. And I have many more. I just go through few moments.
Yeah， 单手禅师、双手禅师、游龙散禅 ，yeah, coordinate with whole body flows. 小禅师 many different kind of training systems. Yeah, many different kind of body workout. 禅师功 is a whole system practice will help the Taiji practitioners understood how the hands supposedly move in Taiji, how the leg supposedly move in Taiji. It's all about breathing, energy circulation, how you maintain Dantian energy flows, coordinated with external movements. Then any individual Taiji movement is not physical. It's chi flows idea. Yeah, Taiji internal practice, Wushu-Kungfu flow, certain ones. And the other one is called breathing technique. In Taiji, have a full system training of breathing. Normal breathing, we said normally breathing, long breathing. In traditional yin-yang theories, this is not completely the organ for breathing. Breathing system is Western and different in Eastern. The instance breathing system, including 经络呼吸, 穴位呼吸, including energy breathing, including spiritual breathing. Let me explain this breathing technique. Okay, in basic practice, later can apply to Taiji movements. Now, basic practice, long breathing, 顺势呼吸, inhale, exhale, reverse breathing when you're using force, and naturally breathing can have a longer and short term, customize yourself with individual movements called 自然呼吸. But this is only long energy with it. So we need to practice more technique with this to help you get a more complete technique. So point breathing, 劳宫 point. When you inhale, when you exhale, idea. 涌泉 point. When you exhale, foot. I use the hands to. When you inhale, 会阴 point at the bottom. When you inhale, when you exhale. Okay? Point breathing. You don't have this practice, especially with our breathing technique. Your movements are just movements. Your movements are not breathing. In Taiji, your movements are not movements. Your movements is whole energy breathing. Got that? Okay, it's not physical, but using physical and coordinate with chi flows, chi breathing. How to get there? Point breathing first. Individual point. Point breathing, 劳宫 point, we call the Yunquan point, Huiyin point, Mingmen point, okay, Jiaji point, okay, Yuzhen point. So when you inhale, next one, using point to trick this is the center dantian, lower dantian, upper dantian, okay, to trick our channel breathing meridians. This is a point breathing, slowly turn on meridian channel breathing. And you have many ways point breathing turn on channel. For example, we using hands, we use the legs, we use the body, we use lock your nose, ideally, up your tongue. Inhale, use the hearing sounds, tension from both ear, upper dantians, hearing back. Look at that breathing, look. It is 翘呼吸. The point connect with, actually you have a nose breathing too, but it's basically is using the idea, turn on the body energy circulations, turn on the body we call 胃气, immune system, turn on internal and external fields. This type of breathing, better than the long breathing. You try to use a long breathing, exhale or inhale. You're working so hard. Some teacher even coordinate with exhale, inhale. You're breathing like a machine. It's nothing good for the practice. It's all too tight, too much. So basically, the breathing he try to make the breathing technique, which is he don't have Tai Chi theories in back support. If getting trapped into the different fields, cannot get out. So when you really push, customize yourself, we call natural breathing. By using natural breathing technique, you don't use your regular natural breathing, that's long breathing. We call the natural breathing is go through the whole cycle training, have a point breathing, have a channel breathing, meridian channel, have a dantian breathing, and also next level called qi, wuxi, body breathing in total. Shrinking and closing and the blows. This is called the Tai Chi body breathing with energy. Then spiritual breathings. We have a physical body. When you're doing in deeper, you don't wear this is a physical body. You are in the open space. We have the ground. You don't have this ground. You are completely melding into the nature, we call it. If you touch the floor, that is breathing through. Any moves when you have a mind force, push, look like a steel in the mind space, traveling like a lightning speed. Using this mind force to support individual Tai Chi movements. You have, we call 4 dimensions, information and energy transfer format. It's different. When the other practitioner can be read this energy, he can receive energy. Without the regular energy is heating transfer, no, information will be effect individually in physical, in mental health, in even circulation, or energy part, any type, be well training. If it's not, you can see something different, but by practice, by good teachers to explain to you, you still receive much more. That's why we wanted to design the training to give 5 internal and energy training to give a full complete system for people to understand this. This is called breathing technique, and the other we call dantian energy rotations. And we now learning movements, but in inner dantian is other 50% need to be learning. This is your dantian core. This is the root of every external movement you work on. But we normally put 80% attention on your physical body, on your movements, on how to smooth, how to light, working on the outside. I want to suggest you working with internal. Outside is good, you need to practice. Internal, also other 50%, you need to be understood, okay? With dantian rotation will give you help on internal energy rotate. For example, This is your dantian cord. The rotation look like this, in like a taolu, to balance to directions the rolling cycle rotate winding fluid. It's called dantian. Okay, the small areas I should this won't be look like this. So this only way you can see. This is the ideally smooth unit, rotate like this one. So that's the coordinated with outside movements, coordinated with outside movements, and flow these waves, pulling, lifting, all this. So you need to training a lot more to get it smooth. Otherwise, you will still hold piece, whole body together. You don't have a Tai Chi internal training. It's more like internal, like this, very unique. Remember, the technique is unique. Now try to desire do something, naturally go with it. Complete system. And completely, whatever the strike is, whatever the Taiji practice is, it's all internal, naturally, random created to support. Okay, could be speed fast, could be speed slow, could be double times. You make one. This is just random. It's called internal dantian rotation. You need to learn it to support any type flows, any type strike, any type movements, any type breathing, whatever goes. Use the dantian rotation support. If I have any training methods working together, coordinate each other, will support, the full dimensions internal energy training. Then also, as I mentioned, I also as acupuncture board in California, we like to be slowly introduce the Taiji practice into the health system. Hopefully we can work on that, and sooner we can, like acupuncture will be put on the insurance system, and also have supervised by the state governments. So we want to use Taiji, medical Taiji fields to benefit all the community health and wellness. So we put the work on this, but it will be a long term and long journey. So we'll be continue work together for that, which is individual Taiji practice. We have hundreds, thousands of Taiji studies. It shows Taiji's good wellness for balance, Taiji good wellness for circulation, anxieties, immune systems, circulations, any depressions, many of them. It's a proof study will be a positive effect with. So next one, because of our Taiji have many different styles, we like to develop called medical Taiji. That's why original founded. I learned some, I've been working with Stanford, several group of the professors for study, do the NIH study. During that time, I see how well the Western doctor design of Taiji format. I like to, using that experience, I'm working and learning with them. I want to put into the Eastern Taiji practice. For example, me and with Professor Hu Xiaofei and some Beijing University and Shanghai University, we have, working on some project. We hopefully can develop, for example, Paul Lang in Australia, New Zealand, develop Taiji for arthritis, help, community. Other professor who developed Taiji Daoyin, which is help with the circulations, and the body circulation and balance. And also somebody for diabetes even, and anxieties, immune systems, all these individual, we call this called medical Taiji prescriptions. Try to take off all the different style, different specialty. We try to design and prove by the Western study, say this kind of section training with quantize, for example, half-hour training 3 times a week, and how long you will be training, how the body internal changes with measurements. That's called the proof the Taiji prescription Then we can use that to have any doctor to sign for the long-term cares, any other illness. Doctor just ready say, or for support, anything, you need recovery by this kind of exercise is proof of the study with it. So writing this to taking care of our community need to save a lot of funding for taking care of the long-term partition. That's my interest. Of course, we have sports tournaments and Tai Chi fields. I'm very happy to, be involved and be like it. It's a part of experience for fun. It's not really for sport in me, but other people for sport. And the other ones is, Tai Chi's sporting technique. I'm, the traditional teacher, all like that, all the applications, all the internal energy support, how to use it. So many different coaches. Right now, I'm majorly focused on the Tai Chi, medical Tai Chi. We like to have more people involved, more people to do this promotion, help the community in the health wellness part. Okay, 5 internal energy training. So we have a commitment. So we're doing like one side introduced the breathing technique. Okay, open diagonally. Relax. Leading hand front, very basic. So in Tai Chi, we call this called open channel. You don't do it soft by hands. Let me explain for you. If I'm moving in Tai Chi, all the muscle and joints should be relaxed. Or like, like a peacock, right? The open the tails, right? So when you do Tai Chi, open the chi fields. You don't do working on the individual arms. You're doing, look at me, by relaxing, by in mind, spread out, opening. Carry every part of air. Chi flow. Open back. All the yang meridian open. You can pop all the joints if you want. All the meridians open. Open hands, we call 凌风展翅, spreads like hands, like express wings. And use the lightest force, not use the lightest force, mostly lightest force. Let your body lean forward, okay? Let your body leaning forward. You can even like a kite. Actually, if you're training in deeper, you have a mind force, you can really just landing on the chi flow field. You really hang there, body. Slowly close, like holding big air ball in front of your body. Light is really better, use the hands. This one called 开阳合阴, open the yang channel behind it, closing the yin channel front. This is 前后开合, front back opening closing. Let the hands change it to chi body instead of physical body. change it to Qi body. No bones, no arm, no tendons, flow like a lightness, very light, like a Qi flow. Leading by Du Mai, Jiaji point, spread wings, open Tanzhong point, open the Ren Mai, Ren channel. And lean body, create a mind force, hands relax, empty your hands. And body like a kite. You can really try to lean forward. You cannot leaning forward, it's hanging in the air. Slowly. And slowly close front. And shrinks. This is called body cleaning. We have class 2, 3, very quick. You can come in, it's fine. Yeah. That's called the opening, closing energy work. And shrinking. From the back, open, close. Next one, we call vertical, up and down, open, close. We just go through this. 阴阳两极手 and shrinking. Close and switch. Yeah, this have a much more center line energy practice. And the third one's opening technique, opening breathing technique is called 浑圆 opening closing.
Coach Li, we have 5 more minutes.
Yep. Opening out, look at me. It's a hanging in the air. And shrinking, not just closing the physical movements, it is the whole body shrink. Make it smaller, you can. And breathing up. Use the chi field to balance. Mind first. Shrink. This is a simple practice for Dantian energy breathing. So we have 4 minutes, 3 minutes. We go through that, of course, a lot of practice techniques we can doing, but right now just a simple idea to sharing a little bit of the 5 internal energy work. Any questions? You can do today or any other time. Send me email, so we can be happy to answer you. And we have our tournaments next few minutes. With extended the ending date by the suggestion by our technical committees, very, very good support. And to July 4th, after July 4th holidays, people have be able to have enough time to get a report. We do have a lot of other countries sign up, like Brazil and Germany and also French. Even not too large team. Only Brazil is getting large, like about 50 people athletes. But the other ones are all small. But international coach getting good, and our US need to be encouraged. More people, you don't really like the online tournaments, but they don't really understood that yet. An online tournament should be exciting and should be a different way to promote it, trainings or tournaments. And I have other important international Health Tai Chi Forum that will be hosted in September. I getting invited by all the professors, deans from world top universities like England and also European countries. And here so we have Brazil also to the professor university. Here we have Harvard, Stanford, Harvard dean from the alternative medicine, and we have a Stanford universities. We have about 20 universities here, and in China we have hosted Shanghai University, Beijing University. We have a whole bunch. The professor, doctor, involved in this research for medical Tai Chi field. I want to do something for fun in the next few years. I want to get a Tai Chi exercise into the different approach, not sports, but more health wellness. And that will be big. Hopefully, we'll be go through our USAWKF channel and our fans together to involve more. Okay. Any questions? You can give me a call later on. Okay. Yeah. The tournament information you can be find at gowushu.com. The World Tai Chi Science TJ and the Science Federation website WTJSF.org. You can find it on there. And thank you for all to be listening, and thank you for Brandon to host it, and Sandy too. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk about our medical Tai Chi. Next, leave some for next.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Coach Li Shudong. And next up is Mario Martinez.